Hi everyone, welcome in. We're gonna give everybody a moment. Hi Wes, if you can start to share that link out, I would appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I can't. All right, I think we're getting somewhere. Sorry, thank you guys so much for your patience. Oh, you guys are finding me. Okay, we're getting it. Okay, hi. Hi, I'm gonna be commenting as Wes. Let's see if that worked. Hi everybody, let me know if you can hear me okay. Good morning. Smash that like. You guys are funny. Oh, I'm so nervous. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Wes, if you could please make sure to go share the new link in our socials, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, hi, everyone. You guys, I am a big ball of nerves. If you guys are just jumping in, welcome. This is our official first time live on YouTube. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you can hear me okay, if I'm too loud, if the lighting's okay. We're trying to get everything dialed in, and I appreciate it. All right, here we go. Woo. Okay, I think we got everything set up. Good morning. Yay, thank you so much, Sparkle. Hi. Okay, Rebecca, thank you. We're gonna take a big sigh of relief. I'm gonna say good morning. Let's get started. All right, guys, good morning. If you are just joining us, we are Third Degree Laser. We are what's called an acrylic blank company, and I'm gonna show you a little tutorial today. We're gonna go through it step by step. We're gonna be making a badge reel similar to this. Now, if you love this design, we do have a tutorial already up for this little cutie. But today, we're gonna be working on our Feeling Stabby blank. So we've got our Feeling Stabby decal. This one here is cut out in that beautiful holographic. And then we have our acrylic blank that is crystal clear. And we're gonna be adding some beautiful glitter. This glitter here is your extra fine glitter from Walmart. We're gonna be adding in some of this beautiful blue mica powder. And we're gonna add some beads. We're gonna go through all of it step by step, guys. Good morning, Amanda. So first things first is you need to identify which side of your blank is the front and which side of your blank is the back. Now, the easiest way to do this is to take your acrylic blank and take the decal and put it right on top of your acrylic blank. Now, this paper that you see around it, this white paper, is actually going to be pretty clear when you hold it up to a light source. So I just put it on top like this, and then I can take a light and hit it from behind, and I'll be able to see through the white and see if it is the correct size. Now you can flip it all around, kind of holding it up, deciding which side is which. This is going to be our front side here. Now we're gonna decorate the back with our glitter first. Good morning. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it over, and we're gonna remove the brown paper from this back side here. Just go ahead, we're using what's called a weeding pen and going right under that layer of brown paper and pulling it up. If you don't have a weeding pen, you can just use your nails to kind of pick at it and then pull it up. And we're gonna pull the entire brown paper off the back side here. Good morning. Hi, Ted. Thank you for joining us. Okay, now we're going to be using what we call UV resin, not what we call, what is called UV resin. This is from our friends over at Resin Rockers, and we're going to grab a little measuring cup just like this, and we're going to add a little bit of our UV resin into it. Now, this is a 2-inch blank, So I usually use roughly the same amount of millimeters of the UV resin as the size. So for 2-inch, I'm going to use roughly 2 millimeters. Now this is literally almost basically covering the bottom. It's not very much at all. So we'll just drop that into there. Now you can shake your glitter in, but sometimes I find that I shake too much in. So I find it easier to kind of just scoop it out sometimes. So we'll go ahead and grab our scoop. And this is just like a little yogurt froyo scoop that I use. You can get these pretty much any little shop. And I'm just gonna put a little amount on it like that and dump it into my UV resin here. Okay, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, always making sure to put the lids back on your items so we don't knock them over and make a hot mess. Hi, Christine. Oh, it's your husband. That's funny. All right, let's stir it up. I'll let you see what it looks like before we go ahead and add that that mica powder so you can see the difference. So let's stir in the glitter. Now, the most important thing is that you really give it a good stir. We want to make sure that all of the glitter is fully saturated in the UV resin. We don't want it to be sticking up and have parts of it not covered. That will give you that little rough feel when you're finished instead of that nice glossy feel that we want to accomplish. Now here is what it's looking like. Let me move my hand maybe to see it better in the light. Whoop. So it's a really beautiful color, but it's still kind of see-through, as you can see. So I really want to add in some blue mica to give it an extra little bit of color coverage. So here is our blue mica. Now this is the color that it looks like without adding anything in. This is just the mica under the blue, under the UV resin. So that's what it looks like. So we're gonna add just a tiny bit. Just gonna scoop some out on my brush here. And I like to think of mica powder similar to eyeshadow, my words. That's similar to eyeshadow in the sense that a little bit goes a very long way, guys. So use very minimal and you'll get maximal results. Now I'm just gonna use a baby wipe to clean off the tip of my little silicone stick here. Just to clean it off as much as I can. Perfect. And again, like I said, remember to put those lids on. We don't want it to go crazy. Hi, Laura. I'm so glad you found us. Sorry it took a little bit. We did have a video planned and I had it like scheduled and everything. And then when I went to do it, I don't know, somehow I messed it up. So, you know, it's a learning process, but I'm glad you were able to find us. Okay, let's mix in that mica powder. Now, what I will tell you with mica powder is it kind of takes a minute to mix in. You're gonna need to just stir it probably for a good 30, 60 seconds. It kind of has to like melt into the mixture. Good morning, Paige. Yay, hi, Pam. Sorry that was a little bit difficult to find me. I did a little snafu. Listen, we're doing our first live ever, so I'm glad that anybody was able to find us. Good morning, guys. Okay, so here is what it looks like now that we've added that beautiful blue mica in there. Much more of a dense looking color. Okay, and if you drop on your mat, not to worry, I'll show you how we clean that up as well. Okay, so we're gonna put it onto our acrylic blank here. We're gonna put it right into the middle. You don't have to add it all at once. I probably add about, I don't know, 50% or so. And then I can use my brush to slowly spread it out to the edges. Just pulling from that larger area and spreading it out all over my acrylic blank. When I put it in the middle like that, it allows me to pull as much or as little of the mixture as I'd like to the edge. That way, the chances of it going over the edge are like less likely. Okay, so again, just pulling it from the middle. The great thing about UV resin as well as epoxy is that it does want to lay flat and level. It doesn't want to have like a bunch over here and none over here. It likes to lay nice and flat. So if you're able to just pull it around and get a thin layer, it'll fill in and flatten out the rest of it. Okay, now I think it's a little bit sparse, so I'm just going to add a tiny bit more. We're adding it again into the middle there. Okay, more, perfect. And now again, I'm pulling it out. Now I'll remind you that sometimes right around the edges, it seems that the glitter mixture kind of separates. It'll be like very thin glitter and lots of UV resin. All you have to do is keep going around the edge like this to keep kind of like mixing it in and making sure you've got it all the way to the edge. And you shouldn't have that look at the end. So just keep pulling it out toward the edges, even if it wants to settle. And sometimes that has to also do if you don't have a flat surface. It will start to pool in areas that is the peak of where your flatness is for your table. Okay, so we're gonna leave this little dot here. I'm not gonna clean that up. I'm gonna show you how we can clean it up under our UV lamp. Okay, so we've got a nice layer of the resin on there with the glitter mixture. We're gonna take our cup as well as this little dot. We're gonna put it all under our UV lamp here for 2 minutes, guys. Okay, 2 minutes. So I turned my UV lamp up to 36 watts, and I'm gonna put it under there for 2 minutes. I will remind you to always put on PPE. Make sure you're protecting yourself, covering your face. Also, I do have an exhaust fan in my room pulling all of the air out. I do have a ceiling fan on as well. So you definitely want to make sure that you're well ventilating your room, as well as wearing anything that makes you feel more protected, like a mask, like gloves. Make sure to read the side of your resin bottle, whatever brand you decide to go with. Read the bottle. Make sure that you're doing what you can to protect yourself. UV resin and epoxy are toxic chemicals, so we want to make sure we are doing everything we can. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much, Pam. You guys are just the sweetest. I can't believe you guys followed me. Thank you so much. It was a hard week to get through. Thank you, Julie. You guys are so sweet. All right, guys. So we have about 50 seconds left. Thank you, Kelly. We have about 50 seconds left under the lamp here. And when it comes out, I'm going to show you how we can clean up that little cup so that we can use it again and again. I'm also going to show you how we clean up that little dot on our mat. And we're going to move on to the next steps with our badge reel here. Oh, it's so nice to see so many familiar faces. Thank you guys so much. I love it. I was so nervous this morning to go live with you guys. I was like, I don't know how this is going to work, but I think it's turning out good, so that makes me happy. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take it out from underneath the lamp. I'm going to take my lovely mask out, and let's see how it turned out. Perfect. Okay, now like we were saying, the first thing we're going to talk about is our little cup here and how to clean it out so we can use it again and again. We're just going to go ahead and give it a little crack. And now you'll see that it's kind of separated from the wall. So we can put our finger between that and shove it as far down as we can get it, and then just pinch it and pull it out. The whole cup is going to come out like this, and we can just put this little clear cup to the side and use it again on another project. And this little extra bit here, we can just go ahead and toss this right into the trash. Perfect. Okay, here is what she is looking like. We're going to take the brown paper off the back side here, so that way we can see what it truly looks like without the backing. Again, we're just using that weeding pen to go right under that layer of brown paper and pulling it up. Hi, Mary. So many familiar faces. It's so nice. Here is what she's looking like. Here is my hand behind it. So good. All right, let's go ahead and take our decal. Now, For those of you that have a Cricut Silhouette Brother Scan and Cut, we offer our blanks in a couple different fashions. You can either get the pre-cut decal like this. It comes in this beautiful holographic, or you can get it with a white backing so that it doesn't have any kind of shimmer or shine to it. Or if you are a Cricut Silhouette Brother Scan and Cut girly, we do offer the free SVG file. So you can go ahead and cut each of these different colors out with your vinyl and layer them on here. We've got the perfect sizing for you and everything like that. So totally up to you how you want to go about this project, whether you want to go ahead and layer all of the vinyl on yourself, or if you want to go ahead and purchase the pre-printed ones. Okay, I'm going to grab some of my transfer tape here. And mine's in a long strip, so I usually cut it in half. Actually, this is a longer one today, so I'm going to cut it into 3s, and then I can use it for multiple projects. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna take our transfer tape here and go ahead and put it right on top of our decal and give it a nice rub. Perfect. Here is what she's looking like. Let's put it right onto our acrylic blank here. We're just gonna center it right in the middle. Perfect. Go ahead and give it a nice rub down. Make sure it is adhered to your acrylic blank. Thank you guys. You guys are too nice. And here is what it's looking like. Look at that shiny sparkle. The holographic always is such a delight to look at. It's so fun. And here is that beautiful blue back. All right, we're gonna grab some more of our UV resin and we're gonna add a clear coat of UV resin right on the front here of this. Let me put my mask back on. Thank you, Laura. Hi, Glitteroo. Hi, Bethany. Oh, I know, I love the holographic. We have a couple other examples. Let's see if I can grab one here. Here's like the mama keychain. And if you guys didn't know, we have over 1,000 different shapes and sizes, so lots of options to choose from. I think that's the only holographic one I have right here at my disposal. Oh wait, here's another one. Here we go. We've also got this little guy. So cute. Hi. All right, we're going to add a clear coat of UV resin right onto the top of this. So I'm going to put the UV resin right on it. We don't need to put it in a cup since we're not mixing anything into it. And then again, we're going to grab our little stick, our little brush here, and slowly pull that UV resin out to the edges. There we go. Voila! Now, if you have jumped in and you maybe missed a little bit of the beginning, the cool thing about YouTube is that it is going to save our live. So anytime we go live, we'll be able to go back and watch them. I believe that it will save the comments as well. So that's really exciting. If you guys are not aware, we are doing 25% off all weekend long for Labor Day, so you can take advantage of that. You don't need like a coupon code or anything. It just will. It'll just give you the discount automatically, but check that out if you are interested. All right, I think it's all spread out. Oh, a little bit more here. Okay, and what I always recommend, right around the edge. One last time, right around the edge. It seems to be where I miss, or it seems to be where it seems to pull away from. So I always go one last time right around the edge there. Perfect. Laura, so for now, we're gonna do Saturdays, every Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to noon. We're gonna do roughly 1 to 2 projects. And we're going to keep it at every Saturday for now. I may sprinkle some more in during the week. here or there, but as far as the scheduled one, we're just going to have one scheduled every Saturday from 10:30 to noon. For today, since it is my very first day, I'm just going to do the one project. I'm not going to do two, but moving forward, we'll be doing it two every single Saturday. Okay, here is what she is looking like. Now, I know it's a little bit far away, but what you will see if you were closer is little baby bubbles. These are little bubbles that kind of form under the surface of your UV resin. Now, not all resins are treated the same. Sometimes resins can be cheaper, but you get a cheaper product. So keep that in mind when you're spending money and purchasing your resin. With this particular brand, we are using Resin Rockers brand. They are a very premium brand, and their bubbles will pop just by waiting. So if you wait about 5 minutes, all of those little micro bubbles will come to the surface and they will pop on their own. However, if you are, let's say, in a rush or you're live and you want to pop them, this is how we can go about it. We can use a lighter or a torch of some sort. I would not recommend a heat gun. A heat gun tends to blow your items and it leaves these little like waves, and it can blow some of your UV resin off of your acrylic blank. So, heat gun, not advised. Either a little torch like this or a regular lighter will work as well. Now, the main important thing to know is know how it's working so that you can do it properly. So what it's going to do is the heat is going to warm up the UV resin, making it a little bit thinner, making it spread out a little bit more, and allowing those bubbles to come to the surface. Now, why this is important is because just because we heat it doesn't mean they're all instantly popping. You've still got to give it a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and do it, and we'll talk some more. We're going to light it right up here, and then just briefly right over our acrylic blank. That's it. We don't want to go too close. We don't want to go too long. It is flammable as well, so let's not catch it on fire. Very little heat. Now, like I said, once we've given it that heat, it's expanding and those bubbles are coming to the surface. So you need to give it like 10 to 20 seconds for it to cool down, not be hot, and for all of those little bubbles to pop. Now, what I recommend is to kind of look at it from a side angle and see if those bubbles are still popping before you either A, go ahead and give it another pass if you still see bubbles that need to be popped, or B, put it under your UV light to cure. So let's look at it from a side angle. She is looking pretty fabulous. I can see right here on the edge, though, that there is a little bit that is missed. And this is the time you want to make any little touch-ups you're going to need to make, because once we put it under that UV lamp, it's pretty much a done deal. There's no going back. So let's just move it around a little under the different angles of your light. Will help you to see any little imperfections as well and be able to clean those up prior to us putting it under the lamp and curing it. All right, I think she looks pretty fabulous. Let's go ahead and put the blank and the little stick that we used under our lamp here for 2 minutes. Now, once that comes out, I'll show you how we can clean up our little silicone stick as well. Yes, thank you, Wes. Absolutely. Like, if you guys subscribe, you can get notifications weekly of when we're going to go live. That way, the notification comes straight to you, and you're not like, is she going to be live? Is she not? All of that. So make sure to turn your little notifications on for our weekend lives. All right, we've got about 90 seconds left under the lamp here. Let's see what we can talk about on reality TV this week. I've been watching the season finales of Happily Ever After. 90 Day Fiancé has been on point. They are crazy as always. I have been watching Love Off the Grid, which is like an off-the-grid spin-off for 90 Day Fiancé. If you haven't seen that, that is fabulous. I did start watching the show Veep. With all this presidential election stuff going on, I've kind of thought maybe that would be a fun way to get my mind off of it, so I've been watching Veep. I went back and watched the final season of Dexter from 2013, and now I'm watching the new show, New Blood. I think it's called New Blood. I'm on that season, and there's 2 new spin-offs of Dexter coming. So that's exciting. Big Brother has been bazonkers. Bazonkers. If you haven't watched Big Brother, like, it is kind of a different format this year. It's similar but different, and I think that the cast is taking it really well. I think they're like really living up to it. So that is your reality roundup for today. Oh yes, Scott Peterson. Yes, girl, Rebecca. That is a roundup for today, and we're about to be done. Let's go ahead and take our mask off and see how it is working. Beep. All right, now first thing we're going to talk about is that stick. Like I said, you can go ahead and you can clean it off. You can just pull off that little bit of UV resin that's on there. Like I said earlier, the great thing about silicone is if you use UV resin or epoxy, once it has fully cured, it will literally just peel off of anything silicone. That way you can save your beautiful white desk from getting destroyed. All right. Let's see how it turned out. Let's get a little glimpse of it. Ooh, look at how sparkly. That beautiful glossy coat. And then here is the back. Now, if you see, the back has a little bit of texture. I don't know if you guys can see that, and that's totally fine. We don't need this perfect glossy coat that we achieved on the front here, because we're going to be adding a badge reel and all of that onto the back, so the back doesn't have to be this perfect texture. Now, before we move on to the badge reel and adding beads, I'm going to show you a little charm that we're going to make to hang off of our badge reel. So we're going to get that prepared before we put it all together. Fire Country. I haven't checked that one out. Is it good, Julie? Tell me. I've been watching Disco Witches. That's a good one, Tara. Yes, yes, yes. Disco Wishes and Fire Country. Okay, I'm going to have to think it out. Okay, so what we're going to create is a little dangle charm to hang off of our badge reel here. So what I grabbed was our little pill beads. So when you order these, you get 8 sides. So you get 4 and 4, so 8 sides. And then what I'm going to add is, this is called a head pin. A head pin. I'm going to take a drink of water, ladies. Sorry about that. 1 second. All right, we're back. All right, so we're gonna have a head pin, and then the only other thing is that this ball on the head pin is not quite large enough for these beads. They go right past it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 little silver beads as well so that they don't fall off of our little head pin there. And these head pins you can find at pretty much any craft store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, any of those. These ones are 2.5 inches. They do go up to, I believe, 3 or 3.5, and they do go down to about 2 or 1.5. So depending on how large of an item you're going to put on your head pin will also determine the length of the head pin that you may need. Now the next thing I'm going to be using are these needle nose pliers that have this little like cone at the tip here. If you can see, they're kind of angled and they're kind of fatter at the bottom and thinner at the top there. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is string on all the beads. So add them onto your little bead thing, your little head pin. Okay, I'm at Fire Country. I'm going to have to put it on my list. Come on, bead. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so here is what it's looking like. We've got the bead, the 2 parts of the pills, and then another bead, okay? And now at the top here, we're gonna form a loop so that we can put it onto a jump loop. Now, I like my loop to be about the middle of this cone here. That's the perfect size for our company's jump loops. So I go right about in the middle there, and I'm just squeezing it right there in the middle. And I'm just going to turn my hand. So turn, 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 until I can't turn anymore. It's flush now, so it's created a loop. and it's flush with the end. There's no way to turn it anymore. If I did, it would go underneath here versus in between, and we want it to go in between. Okay, so now we're gonna take out our pliers. Here is what it's looking like. You've got that little half loop there. We're gonna put the pliers back in, right about where the middle is, and then we're gonna do the same thing. Turn, 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 until you can't turn anymore, and pull them out, and here is what you're looking like. So now you have a full loop, and a little bit of extra space here between where the beads end and where your little loop is. Now, if you wanted to leave them loose and have them moving around on there, sure, you could do that. But I would say to go ahead, put it in, and let's turn it again, and we can make it even tighter. So we're just bringing that loop even farther down toward the beads. So again, putting it in and turn, turn. Oop, I didn't put it in right. There we go. Turn, 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 turn. Okay. Let me just straighten it up for you. Okay. So this is what she's looking like. We've got that beautiful, ooh, don't spin, that beautiful loop we have created. And then we have our 2 beads and our little half pill beads, okay? So that is what we've created. Now we can go ahead and add everything onto our keychain, or onto our badge reel, okay? Now I grabbed 2 silicone beads, and I grabbed this little, what we call a badge button. This is a blue glittered badge button. It's basically a little circle like so, and it has a flat back on the back here. Okay, so let's put all of our little accessories to the side here. I also am grabbing what we call a bead needle. We're gonna need a little clamp, the physical badge reel here. We're gonna need a pick tool of some sort, whether it is a Cricut pick tool like this that you would typically use for weeding, or even just like a regular needle will work. Let's see, I think that's probably it. Oh, we're gonna need some scissors and a pair of needle nose pliers to add the little jump loop. So we need a little jump loop as well for the little dangle we made. Okay, I think that's everything. If we need any additional items, I will pull them out and let you guys know. Okay, everybody's still there? Everybody's doing good? Let's keep going. Now we're going to talk about adding on all of these accessories and making this into a finished product. Now that we have our beautiful acrylic blank created, we can go ahead and add everything to make it finished. Okay. First things first, move everything out of the way. First things first, we are going, move everything out of the way. We're going to pull the string out. Now this string here, we need to fasten it so that we can add the beads onto it. There's a couple different ways you can go about having it pulled out. Simply pull it out and you can wrap it kind of around like this and put a piece of tape here. Now, if you're going to be using tape, I want you to be really sure that it is secure and not going to slide around underneath that tape. And I'm going to show you how we like to do it. I use these little clamps that are on our site, and I just pull it out and use the clamp to pinch it. And then I can pinch it really well and make sure that the string's not going to go back in. The important thing is that you don't want the string to go back in once we've cut this little end cap off, because if the string goes back in, essentially we have to throw it away. There's no way for us to really get that string back out of there. Yay, Pam! Thank you so much for joining us. All right, we're going to take our scissors and cut it off right here at the end cap. So this is what you're going to be left with. You'll see that in the end cap here, there's a little bit of black string, and that's going to be our next task, is to get that black string out. Let's put this kind of over here to the side for right now, and let's work on the black string. We're going to be using that pick tool or the needle to get that little black string out. You'll see here that there's like a little triangle-y area right here. We're going to push the black string as far down into that little triangle area as we can, and then we're going to use our little needle to scoop into this area and pull the black string out, okay? So push, push, push. Push it down in there as much as you can. And then now you're going to put your little needle into that area and scoop out that black string. Now this part does take a little bit of patience. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't be like, I can't do it. It just takes some time and energy. If you find that it's not coming out very easily, you can always go back and again push it down in. It might have like sneaked back out of the hole. And usually talking and trying to do it is impossible, so I apologize. Okay, we got it. Yay! So there it is. There is that little bit of black string that we pulled out, and now you can see there's no string left in our end cap here. Okay, so throw the string in the trash. Perfect. Next thing we're going to do is grab our bead needle. This is a little flexible needle, and we're going to string on our beads. So let's grab our 2 beads. Yes, you can open the triangle, but it is quite the pain to put it back together. So if you can avoid it with this little flexible needle, you definitely want to. Now, like she's talking about, the needle is really a lifesaver when it comes to putting the string back through this little end cap that we just took it out of. Since the needle is so flexible, it will slide right through the end and out through past this little silver triangle. Now, if for some reason you don't have the bead needle, what you can do is you can take the triangle off with needle nose pliers, just pull it apart, put the string through, and then put it back on. It is quite a pain to do. So if you can get a little needle like that where you don't have to, I highly advise it. Now, once we've got the string through, we're gonna go ahead and tie an end at the end of our string here. We wanna land it near the end, but like, don't stress if it's not like exactly at the end. It's not the end of the earth. Just get it close. Okay, now once you've tied one knot, I'm going to go ahead and tie a second knot. This second knot, I really want to land on top of the first one if possible. By 2 needles, exactly. They always seem to go missing. They're just so like thin and flimsy that I feel like they just disappear, but they are amazing. Okay, so we're going to land that knot right on top of the first knot. We're just building up like a chunkier knot. Boom. Okay. And now we can take that end cap here and we can pull the knot into the end cap. Now when you pull it, you're going to feel it pop in twice. You're going to feel it pop into the end cap, and then again you're going to feel it pop past the triangle. So 1, and then wiggle it 2. Now, if you have any black string that happens to be kind of sticking out of the end here, we can just chop that off with our scissors. Just hold on to it. Perfect. And then that little bit we can just throw in the trash. Now, the great thing about this is all we wasted as far as the length of your customer's badge roll. So you won't have any customers coming back and being like, oh my gosh, my string is so short. The only length is that little bit that we just wasted, and then whatever is between the beads obviously is wasted as well. So the more beads you use on it, the more string it's going to take up. Okay, so next up we're going to go ahead and hold on to the string and either remove your tape or your little clamp like this. So just remove the little clamp, and we're going to gently let the string back in, and just like that, guys, we have 2 little beads on our badge reel. So simple. By 100 Wes. All right, here we go. Let's grab that acrylic blank here, And we're gonna grab our little badge button. But before we do that, let's add on our little charm. We're gonna grab our needle nose pliers, and you're just going to hold on. Oh, I gotta have a second pair, 1 second. There we go. You're gonna hold on to the ring on both sides of the slit. So the slit is right here at the top in the middle. I'm just grabbing both sides with my needle nose pliers, and I'm just twisting them open. So it's a little twist, never a pull apart. If you pull them apart, it's very hard to get them back together and get them lined up properly. So just gently twist them like this, guys. Okay, now we can slide that little charm onto our jump loop. And I like to put it right through the little triangle right here at the bottom. And we can go ahead and, again, we're just gonna twist it closed. Grab one over my other hand and twist it closed. Now by doing this, they just line up so perfectly, like a perfect little kiss. And now we've added on that little charm dangle that we created. A little extra add-on of medical with a little pill right there. Okay, next up, we're going to add our acrylic blank onto the physical badge drill here. Now you can see that, it's kind of like tipping over. And I'm going to show you how we go about avoiding it sliding off of our badge drill while it's curing. Let me grab one thing. I got to grab my UV flashlight. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of UV resin to attach it. Now, if you're not comfortable using UV resin to attach your acrylic blanks, that's totally fine. You can use a magnitude of things. You can use E6000 super glue. You could use magnets. You could use low profile Velcro. Essentially, any kind of adhesion you would like to put on this, you can use it. I usually use the UV resin, mostly because we're live and I want to be able to show you a finished project. That's why. And I don't sell these. I only show them, I only make them for you guys live here, so I'm not too stressed about it worrying about it coming off or anything. So whatever you feel works best for you, please do that. Okay, so I just put a dollop of UV resin behind it, and I'm just using my blank to move it in circles and spread it out. I don't feel like I put quite enough, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on there. Perfect. Okay, one more time. We're just going to set it on there and kind of move it behind it. Now we want to make sure it is straight, and because, like I showed you, it kind of tilted to the side and was sliding off, and we don't want that. We're going to use a UV flashlight. Now the UV flashlight is not 100% necessary. I just like using it in this instance, like I said, so that they don't slide off. I just quickly cure them with the lamp, maybe 5-10 seconds. I don't do it for very long. And now we're just going to do the same down at the bottom here with our little badge button. We're going to put it on the top button here. Just a little dollop of UV resin here. And we're going to add just a tiny bit under that little dot. Perfect. And again, use our UV light to just cure it so it doesn't move around on us. Thank you guys so much for the likes. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. We will be back every Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to noon Eastern time, so make sure to hit that notification button so that you are notified when we are live. Hopefully next live I won't mess up and you'll be able to use the link I created. Now, just because it's on there with the UV flashlight doesn't mean it's like on there. If I really wanted to just like pop it off, I could. And that's why we're gonna put it under our UV lamp here. We're gonna go ahead and put it under for 60 seconds with it facing up. And then when we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and flip the entire thing over. We're gonna do the opposite side for another 60 seconds. And then that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna be able to show you our finished project that we were able to create today on the live. Put all this stuff in the drawers. Okay, let's see what else has been going on this week. If you were following me before, you know that I had a surgery. I've officially reached 2 weeks post-op, and I am feeling so much better. My stamina is still a little bit low, so we're going to start working on that by going on some little walks and stuff. But overall, I feel so much better, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that the surgery will make me have a better overall lifestyle and feeling, so that's great. All right, our 60 seconds on one side is up. We're gonna flip it over, like I said, and we're gonna do the 60 seconds on the opposite side here. Let's see what else is happening. Both of my moms are about to leave. They're gonna go to California for a month, so me and Wes will be all alone. Neither of our moms will be here in town, so that'll be nice. We'll be alone for about a month. I'll miss them dearly, but I'm so excited for them to get out and adventure a little bit. Let's see, what else? We are going to be shipping orders like crazy. If you didn't hear earlier, our website is 25% off till Tuesday morning for Labor Day. So please know that no shipping on Monday. Obviously the post office is closed, but we're going to be getting those orders all out to you guys on Tuesday. I'm feeling so much better, so much better. Okay guys, I think we are almost done. Beep. All right, let's take a look at our finished project and see how she turned out. We're gonna go ahead and close this part up. And let's take a close look at this beauty. How stinking cute. Let me see if I can get the light really over here so you can see it. Stop. Look at how cute she turned out. So glossy. Here is the back. That beautiful blue color. We've got our beads, that little dangle pill we made. And I think it turned out so cute. So good. Let me show you some other ones. If you guys are interested, we have a couple other videos here you can check out. We've got our little nitrate glove. Maybe you're more into a pencil. We've got the solid yellow pencil tutorial up. We've added our Bride of Frankenstein. How about a thyroid? We've got lots of tutorials coming out here on our YouTube that you should check out. Next up to the new tutorial that is on its way is this beautiful eagle flag. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Oh, Pam, that's so exciting. All right, guys, that is going to be it for us today. I want to say thank you to everybody who joined in on our very first YouTube live. It was a ton of fun. There were little bumps and along the way, but I really, really appreciate you guys making this transition with us, coming on over. If you know a crafty friend that would enjoy this, please recommend our channel to them. And that's going to do it for us today, guys. If you want that coupon code, head over to Third Degree Laser for 25% off, and we will see you back next Saturday. Bye, everybody.